Alright, what's up guys? T-Rez here, back from the vacation, and it's time to get back on the grind. And the first thing that you want to know is, how is my physique right now? Yesterday I recorded everything that I ate, my weight, physique update. That even rhymes. I didn't mean to do that. My cardio and my gym. And you're gonna see how it plans out. But before we go into that, I just want to tell you guys, I will call this my restart point, because it feels as though when I went on vacation, you know, I was letting go and I was giving myself a little break, and now it's time to get back. And because, you know, I haven't been doing this for about 3 weeks, I figured one of the smartest thing that I could do is do what I did in the beginning. Remember how I said random planning gives forth to random results? So, for the diet, this is how the diet is gonna look like. I'm gonna do 1,700 calories for starters. For those 3 weeks, I haven't been counting calories. I haven't done anything, man. I ate whatever I wanted, but I did it this time with moderation, so I didn't go overboard and force myself to eat a bunch of food that I didn't want to eat. If I felt hungry and I knew I haven't eaten anything healthy during the day, I would eat healthy before I try to, you know, grab some cake or something. You know, with moderation, I've been cheating, but right now it's time to count everything in. And this is how I'm gonna start off. First, I'm gonna do 1,700 calories with If It Fit Your Macros. Counting the macros was really difficult for me, and that was another process which added on to, you know, with the lack of motivation, was just hard to get a grip of all of these aspects. I know that if I want to get the optimal results, I need to count my macros, but I feel as though, you know, starting out with counting calories will be better to get into it, and then I might count the macros and be more specific about exactly how many grams of protein and carbs and fat I'll get in. But my whole point is still to have a majority of protein. So my meals are going to be low carbs. You know, I'm going to try to get as low carbs as possible, and just focus on adding a lot of protein. So the majority of those 1,700 calories I'm going to try to have as protein, so about 200 grams or something like that. But it's going to be eye measurements for starters. Just gonna count the calories. Besides If It Fit Your Macros and 1,700 calories, I'm gonna go by this diet with intermittent fasting. The way I'm gonna do it is, if I have cardio in the morning, I'm gonna eat right after cardio just to get the energy back, especially if I have working schedule or something important to do. But if I don't do cardio in the morning, I will not eat, so I will be able to endure until lunch. And I will try to break the fast around 3 or 4, preferably. If I work, that will be around 2. It will be a flexible intermittent fasting. In other words, I'll just skip breakfast so I can allow the rest of the day for more calories. I'd rather eat 2-3 big meals than small portions of meals, because I need to get really full. Otherwise, I'll just walk around hungry, and that will give room for sugar cravings to just grab something. If I'm full for 2 hours and then I start to get hungry, I wait it out and just eat a big meal, and then it's time to go to sleep, because I prefer to go to sleep full rather than on a hungry stomach, because that just doesn't cut it for me. I need to get my stomach completely full before I go to sleep. So I'll rather save all the calories for the last hours. Also, I've put my coaching on hold with Chris Jones, because I don't want to be wasting his time and not have any results, because I have personal issues I need to work with. Now let's check out how this day went and what kind of meals I was eating. Check it out, guys, and I hope you enjoy Road to Six Pack episode 21. Alright, what's up guys? Let's get this day started. I just woke up. Check this out. 3 weeks of vacation and not like being on a plateau and everything. Let's check out what I weigh, man. Moment of truth. Oh shit. I'll just put the camera right here. This is the current weight. Not too bad, eh? After 3 weeks of vacation, even 4 weeks, and before that I was in a plateau where I couldn't go below 80 kilos. You know, eating all kinds of pizza, ice cream, candy bars, I'm everything. But I did it in moderation. Although I thought I would weigh much more, I'm glad to see that I only weigh 81.0, which means that my reset point, I'm gonna call this my restart point, is gonna be much easier to get back into it. So 75 kilos is the goal, which is 6 kilograms. The long time waited physique update of the 3 weeks diet and cheating. Let's check it out. Sure, I don't look as lean as I did before. Alright, so things are starting out pretty well, 80 kilos, but it's time to go down to 75. So what am I gonna eat starting from today? With the majority being protein, so that my muscle mass and strength can be kept during these kilos that I'm cutting. Alright, so I'm gonna use cocoa butter because the actual fat in this is better for the body. Remember what I said, you need to get fat into your body in order to get rid of fat, because if you're not getting any fat in your body, it's gonna think you're starving, and by all means save all the fat and instead burn muscle mass to keep going throughout the days. That's the energy that is going to be using. But you don't want to get too much fat, because that way it will still store too much fat on your body. So you have to experiment on how much is good to weigh. I'm not going to weigh too much right now. I use a teaspoon for this, and that's all I'm going to get from this one. 1 teaspoon is 135 calories, so that's a whole bunch of calories and just a small amount of food, man. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some eggs, but in order to have this meal more to increase the protein of this meal and have it protein based, I'm gonna put some ham in this, and it's very low on carbs, basically no carbs, a little bit of fat. So I'm just gonna put the slices here, 6 slices. That's 99 calories, and it helps with the taste. Someone like me, I don't really like egg. I don't hate it, but I just don't I don't love it. 4 eggs. This is what I'm gonna do, man. We're gonna try to keep as much protein as possible in this. So this is what I'm doing. In order to just get the egg white, if you don't have if you haven't bought fluid egg whites already. That's 164 calories. I will get 80 grams of fat, 58 grams of protein, and 2 grams of carbs, which allows me to eat a lot of rice and potato later on in the day. This is just the beginning, and then you're gonna see my lunch. Alright, so this will be my breakfast. Throw in some vegetables just to make it more tasty, because this is what it would look like before. This is more appealing to the eye. Makes it better to eat. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this up and then go off to work, and I'll let you guys know what happens later on. Don't forget a big glass of water as well. Preferably, I would have taken my lunchbox with me, but because I didn't have any, I had to buy something off a restaurant nearby, and I try to be mindful about what I'm buying. So what I got myself here is chicken and some bulgur, and there is some salad. And you can't be 100% sure how many calories this has, but I set a higher limit than what I think it has, just because there might be some sauce or some spices that I don't necessarily know what kind of calories it has. So let's say this meal has 650 calories. I'm not counting the vegetables, really. I didn't do that with the meal before. Alright, man, just finished up work. That was 8 hours, man, and when I got into work, I was so looking forward to working out, and now that I've worked out for 8 hours almost, I've you know, all my energy is all drained. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to manage this. I'll just go to the gym, just force myself to get there, and we'll see what I'll do from there. But I'm really tired, man. Just so you guys know how my feelings are right now. One thing that I've learned to tell myself these past days and weeks when I've been struggling with my motivation is that one step at a time. Instead of thinking, you know, first I have to go to the gym, then I have to do this workout, I have to do all of these sets, all of these reps, and then I have to do cardio, and then I have to plan my meal, and everything just becomes so forced. Instead, to explain this a little bit better, I came up with a perfect analogy for this, really. It's like when if you go to school and you have a lot of homework. Let's say you have homeworks from different subjects, and you have assignments, you have a presentation to do, you just have a shitload of homework and things that needs to be written and, you know, studied and everything. And when you think about it, all together it becomes a huge thing that you just can't, you don't want to do any of it. But if you take one step at a time, you take your Spanish, presentation, and you have to spend like 20 minutes on it, and then you put that aside, you work a little bit on your essay, and then you put that aside. You have all these, it becomes, you work on it step by step, and by doing that, you will finish it up instead of thinking about it as one huge assignment that you have to do. And that's the way I started to think with the gym, When I woke up, it was like 6-7 things that I already thought about. Like, I have to go to the gym. That means I have to pack my bag. That means I have to, this, and I have to. Everything just became a process of a huge thing leading up to something that I would question, is it worth it? But instead of saying, all right, I'm going to go to the gym and not think about so much about, what I do there. That I'll figure out when I'm there. And when I'm after the gym, I'll say, all right, now I'll cook my food because now I'm hungry. Instead of thinking, yeah, I have to get like 5-6 meals, so I have to be this amount of calories on top of the gym, on top of the cardio, on top of drinking all the water. You know how it just adds up and becomes it becomes like a problem instead of something that you want to do. So I'm starting to, put less stress on myself and take things step by step, really. Let's go. Before I left on vacation, I spoke with Chris Jones and I told him about my lack of motivation and drive. And also I had, in between my vacation, I had to go on and work. So he was kind enough to put my remaining weeks on hold and tell me to come back when I was ready to get to work. And before I get back on his program, I want to make sure I'm by myself able to follow up what I'm used to do before I take it one step further. But still here, I'm still trying to do high volume because I saw the benefit of doing that. By working at high volume, I was able to get my heart rate up. I was able to sweat more and get like that burn that allows to burn more calories. And because I'm cutting, that's preferable for me. So that's what I did this particular day. Also, I decided to do some cardio after this lifting session, and it wasn't the best idea to do it after leg day, but I try to do 250 calories minimum and then plan my cardio sessions better around my days. This will be my dinner. Spoon of honey, 2 deciliters of wild berries. That's gonna be 400 calories. Oh man, I'm tired. Alright, so the total of the day was 1,452 calories, which is around 250 calories away from the goal. It's not perfect, but it's not too bad as well. If I notice that I'm reducing in strength, I will start to have to force myself to get closer to that goal. But I'm also going to be looking into the mirror as well as on the scale, because the scale doesn't always tell the whole story. This might be working very well to get my weight reduced, but if my muscles don't get to show, although I'm losing weight, it's because I'm losing muscle mass with it as well. So I'm gonna see how this works. Try to not get above 1,700 calories at least, but if I'm starting to lose too much strength, I will have to get 1,100 calories because I don't want to lose too much strength. Alright man, that's it for episode 21. Let me know what you think of this particular video. Hit a thumbs up if you liked my video and leave a comment. It means a lot to me. It helps me out as well to know what kind of material I should be putting out. Follow me on Snapchat if you want to see my daily activities, to how I'm going to reach my goal and how I'm going to get my motivation back. And also follow me on Instagram if you want to see daily updates. I'm trying really hard right now to get my Instagram page more better with posting a lot more pictures that's relevant for it. And also, if you're watching my videos and you aren't subscribing, just hit that subscribe, man, because it helps me out. And if you're watching, might as well hit that subscribe. It doesn't hurt you, but it helps me a lot. So thank you for that, and thanks for everyone that's been asking for me to put out another video. I know I've been bad because of all this, but I'm back on it, man, and I'm gonna deliver, guys. Don't worry about that.